Hello everyone. So for assignment number 6, problem number 1, we had to go back to all of our pre-made models and modify them to include the correct normals using the shader color light to test our results. So here in my app, I created, I'm using the shader color light, and I'm setting the direction light and the point light. And here I'm going to be testing out all the different models. So I went back to my model tools class and I changed the added normals to what you may call it my unit box repeated texture, my unit box 6-face texture, the pyramid repeated texture, and this sphere. And I also went back to the header file and changed the standard vertex parameter to include a normal vect, and I created a new constructor that takes in a value for the x, y, and z values for the normal. So here it should generate a sphere. If I do this, it's generating a sphere with a spotlight, and then also has a direction line that's just going up and down. And in my draw scene here, you can see I'm setting up the spotlight parameters, and then I'm also rendering the spotlight and the planes with the light as well. And that's one of the other pre-made models that we had to test. So that's a flat plane and a sphere, and then this is the spotlight rendering. And if I go back up here and I comment this out, and let's do the box cube. From this, now you can see it's the cube that's rendering. And then if I comment this out, and then next would be the pyramid. And now that's the pyramid that's being constructed. And then and finally we have the terrain, which was kind of hard to do in my terrain model class. Within the constructor, and after creating all the terrains, I went back and added the normals. I went back and got the ith triangle, and then got the vertices, and then computed the normal by doing one of the vertices minus the other vertex. Then I got a unit v2 minus v0, and then I computed the face normals, and then I went back and I normalized all the normals that I got. And if I go back here, now I do the terrain. Let's do this top one. Actually, no, not that one. Let's do this one. Oh, of course, yeah, I have to go back to my render, and I have to change this to render p-terrain instead of p-model. So let's restart that. And here I get the model, the terrain, light's hitting it. And I'm in my destructor. I'm deleting P1 model, and I'm not using P1 model at all. So let me just uncomment that out. And yeah, but that is the general gist of it. So I'm going to stop this. And then for problem number 2, we had to create a shader class that combines the ability to apply a texture to a model and incorporate lighting. So problem number 2, I created a new shader file, a shader HLSL file called texture light, and it's basically the same thing as color light, except that I added the texture coordinate to the vertex shader because we will be needing that. So here's all the files, and so yeah, we have an output text, get the texture coordinate right here, and then in our pixel shader, I am adding the main texture.sample to the lit color, and then returning the lit color. And if we run this, like I basically just changed the name of the shader. Instead of using color light, I'm using texture light. If you run this, we get to see the box, and here you can see the spotlight, or not the spotlight, the point light at the top. It makes the top face brighter than the rest, and then this is the spotlight going around that. And then for problem number 3, we had to create a scene with multiple lights. So in my scene, I created a new shader file called texture light multiple, and in here I added 2. So I'm going to be having 3 point lights and then 2 spotlights. And then in my pixel shader, all I'm changing is the addition of doing the compute point light 3 times and the compute spotlight 2 times, and then I'm still returning the lit color. And in my shader texture light class, I am making sure that I'm using multiple point lights and multiple spotlights. And then in the CPP up here, I have multiple methods where I'm setting the direction light, setting the point light parameters for the first one, then setting point light 2 parameters, point light 3 parameters, and so on. And then in my main file right here, I am creating 3 point lights and the spot and the direction light. There's only going to be 1. And then in my render, I'm creating the 2 different spotlights. So here I'm rendering the first spotlight, and here's the second spotlight. If I run this, you'll see there's 2 spotlights, the yellow one going horizontally, and then the rotating around the y-axis, and the blue one rotating around the x-axis, and they're both different colors. And I also made this point lights different colors. The top one is that the point light at the top is blue, the point light at the left is red, and the point light at the bottom is green. And you can see those 3 different colors and all the spotlights working in action. And then problem number 3, I read the tuning shading, and I think the task list above was too much though. So I think that's everything for assignment 6. Okay then.